I'm going on record to tell you guys we're going to shock the country. I'm telling you right now, you've heard it from me. We're going to shock the country.
A signing day shocker rocks the college football landscape, and this one is a biggie.
Yeah, to say the least. Travis Hunter, considered by many to be the top recruit in this year's class, flipped his commitment from traditional football powerhouse Florida State to Jackson State. So probably some unhappy Florida State fans right now.
Most definitely. Now, you might be asking, why Jackson State?
So that school competes in a lower tier of Division I college football. But here's what Hunter had to say in a tweet. He said, historically, black colleges and universities have a rich history in football. I want to be a part of that history, and more, I want to be a part of that future. He then goes on to say he wants to make it a little easier for the next player to recognize that HBCUs may be everything you want and more. But Jimmy, going back to that original question, why Jackson State?
I say, why not Jackson State? You know, I'm a product of an HBCU. I take pride in that. I mean, there's a lot of history. And first off, there's a lot of NFL Hall of Famers that actually attended HBCUs. You have Jerry Rice, you have Walter Payton, you have Michael Strahan, and you also have Doug Williams. And potentially maybe this new college athlete, Hunter, may potentially be a Hall of Famer one day. We don't know, but HBCUs pride themselves in educating African Americans. Right. And, I think Hunter probably just wants to attend a university where he can just show up as himself on day one. And I think there's something to be said about that. But nonetheless, you have a coach like Coach Deion Sanders, who is a Hall of Famer himself. He played at Florida State. He actually poached this recruit from Florida State.
And let people know it.
And let people know it. He basically said, hey, I'm going to have a big splash come signing day. And so it's incredible to see. I know it's definitely going to change the landscape of college football, and I'm looking forward to this upcoming season.
Yeah, but I mean, going back to it where he said, I want to pave the way, I think what maybe people who aren't big football fans are thinking, what's the big deal? It is a big deal because that's a lot of pressure for a 17, 18-year-old to figure out where they want their career to go. I remember, so I was a university athlete and trying to decide, do I want to go pro? I was not at that level, definitely not at his level. But normally it is this two routes, am I making this full force attempt to go pro after a couple years here? Or do I want a university that really feels like me? I, feel like I have a great team. But it feels like in this situation, he really wants the best of both worlds, where he's like, I've got this great coach, I can have this great community, and hopefully it all works out, and maybe I'll go pro at the end of it. But that's a lot of weight on a teenager's shoulders.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think, what really probably swayed him was this reversal in this NIL policy, name, image, and likeness, that took place earlier this year. And I think this is going to most definitely play a huge impact when it comes to recruiting. And so in this instance, I think he's probably going to have some great endorsement deal coming down the pipe. And that's probably what pushed him over the edge. And then you have this Hall of Fame coach that's obviously bringing more notoriety to this university, and it's elevating all HBCUs as well.
That's true, because I mean, people have talked about, this underdog and everyone wants to root for them, but you have this top recruit and a seasoned coach. So actually they have some really great makings for a cool season next year.
Yep, looking forward to seeing it.
There you go.